What 5 Blu-rays or 4Ks do I want you to own? Let's get into it. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we haven't done an episode of this. It must be a year ago, the last episode of this series. Welcome to 5 Blu-rays I want you to own, episode 4. That's right, guys. I'm bringing this series back. I thought it was really cool to maybe bring you awareness to titles you may not realise are on Blu-ray. I've got some 4Ks this time as well, so these titles are 100% must-buys in my opinion. The films are great. The editions are amazing, like some of the best 4K editions I own right here that I'm going to show today. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into the first title. The first title I have is the Scream Factory Blu-ray release of Silver Bullet. Now, I watched this for the very first time maybe about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and it's a great, fun 80s werewolf movie. I really had a lot of fun with this, guys. That commissioned artwork is really cool as well. I do think they've got another reversible art, but I don't think the actual artwork is that great. It's like more of like a night sky kind of artwork. Not a fan of that. But this edition, I'm sure it comes with a slip as well, but mine didn't, unfortunately. But really fun werewolf movie. It came out in 1985, so not quite the year of the werewolf, 1981, like most things came out back then for werewolves. But this is a really good one. Really good one. Really had a good time with it. It keeps you guessing. It keeps you guessing who the werewolf is until it doesn't. It kind of like makes it obvious. There's a certain sequence that makes you realise you know who it is, but before it's revealed. Because when it's like I clocked on to the reveal way before it happened. I think Soph was annoyed at me because I usually make guesses in films. I usually get them correct. But yeah, regardless of, you know, you see the reveal coming a mile away. I think this is a really, really good werewolf film. Yeah, it's got Gary Busey, and it's got Corey Haim, not Corey Haim, as I used to call him for some reason. Corey Haim and Gary Busey. This is a great, fun werewolf film. I keep saying this over and over again, guys. This edition has a ton of special features as well, so I recommend getting this version for the special features as well, because there's tons of it. I'm not the biggest component of special features, but when you get an edition that's packed like this with a great transfer, great movie, and a bunch of special features, it's a must own. That's Silver Bullet. Next up on the docket is one of my favourite creature feature movies of the 80s. It's one of the best in my opinion, and that is the Scream Factory 4K of Alligator. I can't express how much I adore this film, and I only saw it maybe 6 months ago. It's maddening. It's absolutely maddening how good this film is. It's really, really fun. Practical effects are really clever. There's a shot in this where the alligator is walking into the lake, but it's not a real alligator, but it looks like it's real. I don't know if it's like stop motion, but it's so smooth and so crystal clean, the animation of it. I don't think it is. Might be a man in a suit, but it just looks too good to be a man in a suit. But maybe the effects are that good in this. Really fun movie, guys. Really fun. If you like animal attack movies like Jaws, Alligator might be the best animal attack film since Jaws. I mean, saying that, Grizzly is pretty good as well, but Alligator is up there with some of the best 80s creature feature movies ever. It's up there with Critters, it's up there with Gremlins, it's up there with, you know, Aliens. It's up there with the best of the best in my opinion. And yeah, I can't express how much you should own this 4K from Scream Factory. That alternate artwork is absolutely beautiful. I love that. I love it, guys. It's so cool. Again, this is once again packed with absolutely tons of special bonus features for you to enjoy. I ain't even got into a lot of the bonus features, but yeah, it comes with 3 discs. So you've got the 4K of the movie. You've got the theatrical version on Blu-ray. Then you've got the television version on Blu-ray as well. So it's packed with versions as well. You don't just get one version. You get the 4K, the theatrical cut, and then the television cut. This is what I buy. This is why I buy from Screen Factory when they put out new stuff, because they always pack out their releases. I always praise Arrow for packing out releases, and 88 Films, but I don't think they give you the value that Screen Factory do. This is unbelievable, and obviously it comes with a slip as well. Alligator is a definite must buy from me. If you've not seen it, you can check it out. I think it's on Shudder, so if you want to give it a watch before you buy it, it's on Shudder. I love this film. It is great. Pick it up. It's awesome. That's Alligator. I want to preface this next one, right? So I watched this for the first time on DVD. I had an Anchor Bay DVD of it. I loved this movie when I saw it. I thought it was fucking fresh, different, new, but it is, you know, from that video nasty era from the 80s. But it's just, it felt like a fresh experience to me. It was so unique, so different in what it does. And I had to go and hunt down the Blue Underground 4K of it. I will say this though, this is probably the nicest 4K release I own in my whole collection. It's my prized possession when it concerns presenting 4K packaging. You know, what you get, you know, for your money is unbelievable. So the film I'm talking about is Dead and Buried. This film is great. I don't know what else to say, guys. It is so unique and so different in what it does that I don't think there's anything quite like it in the horror space. I don't think there's been anything like it since it came out. But this Blue Underground release is unbelievable. This lenticular slipcover. And then you've got the original artwork underneath. I even love these cases. They're really thick. They feel really premium. And it's, you know, you've got the 4K there on the back. This is like just packed full of stuff. Like, I think, you know, when we talked about special features earlier, this is just packed full of special features. In this, you get a nice booklet. Get a nice little booklet there. But you also get the 4K, you get the Blu-ray, but you also get the fucking soundtrack, guys. The soundtrack. And the soundtrack is decent in this film. It's a good soundtrack as well. So, again, like I keep harping on about, oh yeah, Screen Factory pack out their discs with tons of stuff. Arrow do it. I keep finding new labels that just absolutely give you bang for your buck, man. It's such a good release. And the film is great. Like, I love this movie. And I think... if you're looking out for this, there is a Blu-ray version. So if you don't really want to pay what is now probably a hefty price for the 4K, there is the Blu-ray as well. But I think this 4K is absolutely the way to go, guys. I think there is other different lenticular covers. I think you can get the original artwork, which is this artwork here, the blue artwork. But yeah, there's other. I think there's one with a nurse with a needle as well. You can get, but this is the cheapest one I could find at the time, and I just grabbed it as soon as I could because I love this movie. That is the 4K Blue Underground release of Dead and Buried. Go and hunt it down, guys. It is amazing. I love this film. Next up is my favourite 4K release of last year. A film that I was a bit on a weird kind of moral spectrum whether I should pick it up. I'm not the biggest fan of this film, and I feel like maybe on a rewatch I might like it a bit more. But when the fact that this came out on 4K blows my mind. We were talking about the video nasties like Dead and Buried there. This is probably the most famous video nasty to come out. It is a exploitation, just a legend in the horror sphere, and it pretty much made the cannibal films just become booming. And that is, of course, Ruggero Deodato's Cannibal Holocaust. Now, the reason I love this release is because just everything it comes with it's just beautifully presented to me. I love that new commission artwork is absolutely amazing. When you pull it up, you get the original poster artwork for it, which is not as cool, but I think when you've got it in that with that cool 4K case, I just think it looks the part with the 4K case. And again, once again, this is a part of the 88 Films Italian collection, sorry. But yeah, look, packed for the features again. These releases I'm showing you today are actually packed full of special features, and this is no exception. Like I said, these boutique labels, these labels that specialize in these cult movies, just pump out just amazing releases. 88 Film have been on top form for years at this point, and I think Cannibal Holocaust on 4K is a culmination of everything they do. I just think it's a beautiful set. Obviously, there's a moral grey zone when concerns whether you should support this movie on physical. I felt like I had to own it as a horror fan because it has such historical significance in the horror realm that I think to have it on my shelf is just a must for me. I'm hoping, because I haven't checked out discs yet, so I don't know about the transfer on this, I'm hoping this has the animal cruelty cut, because I just refuse to watch the film with the animal killings in it. I just refuse. So I'm hoping this carries over Grindhouse's releasing version where it has the animal cruelty cut in there. So hopefully that'll be good. But yeah, my favourite release of last year. It's a must own if you're into your video nasties, exploitation movies. You've probably already owned this, in my opinion. For the historical significance alone, this is a must buy, and it's probably 88 Films' best release, in my opinion. That's Cannibal Holocaust on 4K. The final release is another 88 Films. This is a Blu-ray. I bought this on nostalgia alone because I'm a big Jet Li fan, and me and Soph watched this about maybe 6 months ago, and this might be one of the best Blu-ray transfers I have ever seen. And when I say best, I mean this film has really dated 2000 era CGI. CGI doesn't age well for the best of times. Just look at Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, and you see what I mean. But something about this transfer, the CG looks good. I know. Hold your breath, guys. You can breathe now, it's fine. But yeah, the film I'm talking about is The One with Jet Li. I had so much bloody fun rewatching this movie. It is a just silly, goofy, over-the-top science fiction action movie from the early 2000s, and I loved every second. Like I said, this Blu-ray set is beautiful, for one, because it's a steelbook. If I even can get the steelbook out, that would help, wouldn't it? It's a really nice steelbook. Not a fan of steelbooks, but when they come with a slip, I think it adds that extra premium factor to it, and I'm more likely to pick up a steelbook with a slip cover. Steelbook is really nice, the slip is really nice, but again, I cannot emphasize how good this transfer is. It's one of the best transfers 88 Films has ever done, in my opinion. It looked remarkable on my television, and the CG effects somehow still looked decent. You could tell they were early 2000 CG effects, but they were up-res to the point where they still looked actually decent, and they looked like in-universe things. They looked really cool. Yeah, I can't emphasize how much this is an amazing Blu-ray transfer. It's unbelievable, and again, just like 88 Films does, it packs it out with a ton of special features as well. All of these releases I've shown you today, guys, are must-buys in my opinion. They're incredible releases. Even if I've not seen their transfers, the packaging alone and their presentation are exactly what you want when it concerns boutique labels, and I think all of these are banging examples of that. The one, though, when it concerns Blu-ray transfers, remember, this isn't a 4K, it's a Blu-ray transfer. One of the best I've ever seen. It is unbelievable. That's The One. So that's it, guys. That is 5 Blu-rays that I wanted you to own. Let me know if you plan to pick up any of these titles in the comments down below. And as always, guys, I'll see you next time, I suppose. Bye.